Truth isn't trendy, it's eternal, positioning Israel doctrine as timeless and unshakable. I don't follow the crowd, I follow the covenant. Separates the movement from popular culture. The streets talk, I correct them. Asserts authority and credibility in debates. Israel doctrine, where facts cut deeper than feelings. Appeals to logic over emotion. If it's not scripture, it's just opinion. Keeps focus on the Bible as the foundation. I'm not here to be liked, I'm here to be right. Bold, confident tone that builds respect. This isn't religion, this is restoration. Shifts the brand from dogma to revival of truth.
Peace, everyone. How you doing? Welcome to Israel Doctrines Google Hangout. I'm your host, Carl Labber Davis, better known as Israel Doctrine. And today's show title is The Mixed Multitude Had Men Wives, Not the Hebrews. It's shocking truth. Sodomite Doctrine heard it today and couldn't believe that I had the intelligence and the insight to know who was who and what was what. You know, you find a lot of comedic people saying, well, we're the fathers of everything. We created everything. We did everything first. I agree with you that at the end of the day, y'all did everything first. But you ashamed to say that you did homosexual first? Is it true that you did it first or not? Because scholars would agree with me. Boy wives and female husbands study in African homosexuality. And we know that Africans, from a biblical term, are the children of Ham. We know from biblical terms that they was the first to want to sleep with their mother. The story of what's his name? They came over on the boat of the flood. Their father, Noah. Seeing Noah's nakedness didn't mean that the Hamites Ham seeing his father nakedness in literal form. It mean that he wanted to do what Sodomite doctrine did. And 9 out of 10, he did it because he had a child with his mother. Sodomite doctrine, he may be a Hamite. But yes, this is what we're looking at, people, in Bible history. Go back and read it. Let me see if I can grab it right quick. See if I can find the scripture right quick. Ham seen Noah's nakedness. Ham seen Noah's nakedness. We're having a little difficulties, and so we're going to put KJV. So we're going to Genesis 9, people. Genesis 9, people. We finna search this thing out. So we see, and the sword of Noah went forth out of the ark. Ham, Ham, and Japheth. And Ham is the father of Canaan. Remember that because it's real important to the conversation. Ham is the father of Canaan. Don't tell you who Canaan's mother is, but we're going to find out. This big scratch your head, because the Canaanite Moors and different other people are very ignorant of this. But we're going to 19 now. These are the 3 sons of Noah. And of them was the whole earth overspread. And Noah began to be a husbandman, and he planted vineyards. And darkness was upon the face. Let me get this scripture up here so y'all can see it. We're finding out what I said to be true by reading the scriptures and letting the scriptures compare to what I stated and see if they don't compare right. So now we're going to keep reading. 29, Noah began to be a husbandman, and he planted vineyards. 21, and he drank of the wine and was drunken, and he was uncovered within his tent. Now, that don't mean literal. Remember, this is ebony phonics that we dealing with. So, 22, and Ham, the father of Canaan, stating it again, saw the nakedness of his father and told his 2 brothers without. Not literal again. And Shem and Japheth took garments and laid it upon both their shoulders and went backwards and covered the nakedness of their father. And their faces were backwards, and they saw not their father's nakedness. Now, like I said, this is ebony phonics, ebonics. So let's deal with this. We're going to go father nakedness. Let's see how I want to do this. We're going to go father nakedness. And we're going to say what the Bible has to say or determine what's a man's nakedness for you ebony phonics folks, you ebonic folks. So, Leviticus 18 and 17. The nakedness of thy father or the nakedness of thy mother shall not be uncovered. She is thy mother. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. 8 now. The nakedness of thy father's wife shall thou not uncover. It is thy father's nakedness. Defining what it said when it said they saw their father nakedness. Leviticus 18 and 8. The nakedness of thy father's wife shall thou not uncover. It is thy father's nakedness. Now that we got that, let's go back and finish reading. Since we got the context now. So, 24, and Noah woke of his wine and knew what his younger son had done. Been messing with my nakedness, been messing with his mother. And he said, curse be Canaan. Who is Canaan? Who is he the son of again? He's the son of Ham. So Noah didn't curse Ham, he cursed Canaan. A servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. Now who is his brother? Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Let's read on. And he said, blessed be the Lord of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. Why? Because Shem is his brother. They came from the same one. And God shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. Remember, cursed be Canaan. Servants of servants shall he be unto his brothers. So Shem, who is that? That's his brother. Japheth, who is that? That is his brother. Meaning they all had the same mother. They didn't have the same father. Because the three boys is Noah's sons. But Canaan is Ham's son. Makes sense to anybody out there that ever heard this story? When black people in America, this and that, and they all cursing stuff because Ham went into, I know y'all been hearing that in all these lying platforms saying they the greatest and the hardest and smartest and some of the most ignorant people on the planet. But that's just to show my biblical aptitude. Just to show that I am capable and able to deal with these things. So now, let's go to Genesis 13. And we're going to start there. We're going to Genesis 13. And we're going to start at 1 and skip to 12. And Abraham went out of Egypt, he and his wife, and all that he had, and Lot with him into the south. And Lot chose him all the plains of Jordan, and Lot journeyed east and separated themselves the one from the other, and dwelt in the land of Canaan, who be cursed, and got cursed by Noah. And Lot dwelled in the city of the plain and pitched a tent toward Sodom. But the men of Sodom were wicked and sinful before the Lord exceedingly. Meaning, truly, it wasn't much that they wouldn't do or had none. Very simple. It's not much that they wouldn't do or had done since Sodomite doctrine, like to say it, since time immemorial. Because they was born into the world by a wicked act that they father Ham done, and that slept with his mother. See, that's a big thing. That's been a big sin for a long time. The Lord said, you're not supposed to sleep with your mother. You're not supposed to sleep with your next of kin. None of that. See, that's a problem with polygamy because David had that problem. One child by one woman, seeing his sister loved her so much, he raped her. Because you have these type of things when you go against the godly system and don't listen to God. So we're going to keep going. Right? Let's see how far we're going to go. That's good. So, but the men of Sodom was wicked and sinned before the Lord exceedingly. It don't say what they sins are. People go into other parts of the Bible and try to tell you what they sins, word and everything. But if you go into the accounts of Lot and all the stuff that went on, it tells you exactly what they was doing. It's not even a question. Right? So we're going to keep going. We're going to 18 now. Genesis 18. And the Lord appeared unto him in the plain of Moriah, and he said, in the tent door, in the heat of the day. We're going to skip down to 18. And the men rose up from thence and looked toward Sodom. And Abraham went them to bring them on the way. And the Lord said, shall I have from Abraham the thing which I do? So the Lord said, hey, I'm about to do something and I ain't finna hide it from Abraham. seeing that Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation, and the nation and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed through him. I'm finna tell him what's going on. For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of the Lord to do just and judgment, that the Lord may bring upon Abraham that which he had spoken of him. And the Lord said, because the cries of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because the sin is very grievous. So they were sinning hell of a sins. And like I said, a moan is a cry, a plea in pleasure is a cry. Oh Lord, look what he's doing to me. He's in spots he never should have been, giving me pleasure. Oh, like a woman having a baby. Oh, doodle Lord, and woo, woo, woo. You do them things. Anybody sexual know about this stuff. So, like I said, if you read the account, you can get it. We're reading the account now. So we're going to skip down. We're going to skip down to like 32. It said, and he said, oh, let not the Lord be angry, and I will speak yet before this one. Peradventure, 10 shall be found therein. So the Lord is not going to destroy the righteous with the wicked. And he's telling Abraham that. Remember, he's not hiding from Abraham what he's about to do. And he said, will the Lord destroy for the 10's sake? And the Lord when his way, and so as he had left communicating with Abraham, and Abraham returned to the place. So he's talking to Abraham. He's like, if it's any righteous man down there, you're not going to destroy him with the wicked now, are you, Lord? Now, this goes to show whatever type of wickedness it was, the Lord was judging it all, people, because no man was righteous in any way. If he was rich, he wasn't helping the poor. He wasn't giving the poor alms. He wasn't doing this. He wasn't righteous in a lot of things. But one unrighteous thing is just like 1,000 unrighteous things. They all end. All that has an end, in the end is if you sin, you're going to get death. Eternal death. It has one reward. So Sodomite doctrine like to say, well, they wasn't feeding people, they wasn't doing this, they wasn't doing that, and they was having sodomite sex with people too. They was licking and sucking and going up anus. They was doing it all. Because animals look on the body parts of their companions, or look on the body parts of someone they shouldn't. You will see a male dog licking on a male dog, and a female dog licking on a female dog. Are we more than dogs? Are we greater than dogs? Can we not control our sexual urges to the point where we're not licking and slobbing on each other's sexual organs? That's why you have lubrication coming out of the woman and the man. So when friction, you hide the sweaty, you're going to be slippery and sliding. And when all the friction and stuff go, it causes its own lubrication. You don't have to go get slobber out your mouth and stuff. See, righteous people know this. Unrighteous people don't know this. They know it, but they don't know it. Because ignorant is bliss. So, let's keep going. We're going to read 1 through 16. Then we're going to skip to 16. And it said, and behold, my Lord turneth in, I pray you, into your servant's house, and tarry not all night. This Lot speaking. And wash your feet, and ye shall rise up early and go your way. And then said, Nay, but we will abide in the streets all night. Lot said, hell no, you can't do that, man. You're gonna get sodomized if you stay out in them streets. And he pressed unto them greatly, and he turned in unto them, and entered into his house, and he made them a feast, and he did break unleavened bread, and they did eat. But before they laid down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, could pass the house round about. Said could pass the house around, both old and young men, and all the people from every quarter. Why all the people from every quarter? Because they wanted to see somebody get sodomized. Remember, this is what they was doing in Sodom. They were sodomizing people. Not to mention the sucking and licking and stuff that they was doing to each other too. It was wicked people. This was their sexual habits. Because they had been in the temple worshiping the goddess, having orgies and stuff. What you think they was doing in the orgies? Sucking in it. They was doing the Diddy. They was doing the P. Diddy. Listen to Khalil Money old story. When he was on MySpace writing them articles and stuff, he was writing a Diddy. He was writing to all the professional artists, rappers and stuff. He's been trying to make them sodomites for a long time. How you think Diddy became a sodomite? When do you think it started? Who you think started them? Just think, use some thought. And he said, 5, and they called unto Lot and said unto him, what are the men which came into thee this night? Bring them out unto us, that we may know them. And in the Bible, know them means I want to have sexual relations with them. And who was this that wanted to have the sexual relation? Though the whole town was out there, it was the men of Sodom passing Lot's house to sleep with the angels in his house. This is the grave wickedness that they was doing. They was doing other wickedness too. We're not going to deny that. But the Lord sent them angels to clear Lot out because he's not going to destroy the righteous with the wicked. Lot, I want you and them out of here because, as I told Abraham, them wicked folks has been sodomizing people and doing all these things that they had no business doing in Sodom. I'm finna give it to them. I'm finna give them what they've been asking for. Destruction. Right? So he said, I pray you, brethren, do not this wickedness. What wickedness are they talking about? Not giving the men money? Not doing? No, the men's finna get them some anus. They want to get some anus. It's me and angels up in there, and we want to get to know them. 8 now. Behold now, I pray. Oh, look, behold now, I have 2 daughters which have not known a man. Leave me, I pray you. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you. I'm going to give you something that you can sleep with that's not abominable. I'm going to give you my 2 daughters, virgins. Their womb is as tight as her anal. Because her anal ain't been up in And the womb ain't been up in. You can work out on my daughters, but y'all want to work out on them men. Lot know what they trying to do, what they want to do. Khalil the Money say, oh, it's because they wouldn't feed people and give them money and wouldn't let them in the house at night, wouldn't do the hospitality thing. It's true they want to let the angels in their house, but it's also true if they wouldn't let them in that house, they'd have sodomized. That's why the mixed multitude that followed with the Hebrews up out of Egypt are the ones, because the Hamitic people are the ones that has been doing things sexually they shouldn't have been doing. When they got off the boat and the world was clean because the Lord God of Israel had baptized the whole world, killed everything except for them 8. Once it was over with, Ham looked up on his father's nakedness, and his father's nakedness is his father's wife. Ham looked up on his mother and had sex with his mother. Same as sodomite doctrine, that he wanted to do it. I went in the bathroom and I had my soap and I was playing with myself, thinking how my mama was opening, how I would have loved to have been up in there, licking on her and telling her to lick on me and things of that nature. Ain't that right, sodomite doctrine? See, sodomite doctrine want to be Israel doctrine. He used to be Hebrew Israelite doctrine when he was following up under his master teacher, Master York. Malachi Z. York. I ain't got no master. I ain't got no rabbi. I ain't got none of that. I went there with the expectation that the man was lying from the jump, and the man never lied until I left. After I left, we Hebrew Israelites. Oh, I ain't dealing with them no more. All I can do is rebuke them. And the government don't like rebuking the wickedness that they done let loose. So, now, and they said, stand back. And they said again, this one fellow came in to sojourn, and he will needs be a judge. Now, will we deal worse with thee than with them? We gonna deal with you, Lot, worse than we was gonna deal with them men in there. And they pressed sorely up on the men, even Lot, and came near to break down the door. But the men put forth their hand and pulled Lot into the house. Pulled Lot into the house to them and shut the door. And he smote the men, and they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness, both small and great, so that they worried themselves to find the door. And the men said unto Lot, hast thou here any besides son-in-laws, and thy sons, and thy daughter, and whosoever thou hast in this city, bring them out of this place. It's going down, Lot. I'm finna murder these sons of what sodomite doctrine is. And you know what they call a man that would like to sleep with his mother. They started a term a long time ago. He's a mother effer. So, hey, get what's yours, Lot, and get up out of here, because these mother effers, we finna deal with them. Now, you know they was angels. They probably didn't curse. I'm a human being. I curse. Sorry if I offend you. So now, what we at? 15. And when the morning arose, then the angel haste Lot, saying, arise, take thy wife and thy 2 daughters, which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of this city. What them cats was doing last night trying to sleep with us was iniquity. See, sodomite doctrine, you can't, I don't care if you do 100 shows on sodomite. You don't know who was doing the sodomy in Israel until the Benjamites started doing it. We could go through Bible history. Once again, just to remind y'all, let me give y'all some proof and evidence. Khalil got this book. It don't have this cover on it. But you see it? Boy wives and female husbands studying African homosexual. It don't say Hebrew Israelite homosexual, Hebrew homosexual, or Israelite homosexual. It says African, which are the children of Ham. So, once again, like I said about the Israel of God, I ain't gonna tell them no more that you need to stop that Hebrew Israelite thing. I'm gonna let them do what they do to their own damnation. I'm gonna sit back and watch what happens. And anybody that's taking their money there and putting it in their tide box and everything, you amen in what they doing. Same thing they get. Don't think you is from it. So now we're gonna go to 24. Then the Lord rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstones and fire from the Lord out of heaven, and he overthrew those cities and all the plain and all the inhabitants of the city, and that which grew up on the ground. And his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. You know why? Because she looked back at that iniquity, because she ain't had no problem with the iniquity. You know how these mothers, oh, my daughter, she just licking the cat and stuff. It's all good. Oh, my son, he just sucking off another man. It's all good. You better put them out your house and leave them men and them girls alone and let them do what they do before you get caught up in their iniquity. That's why a righteous man would never keep friends with a sodomite. That's why truly, when me and Khalil the Money first met, and I found out that he was into that sodomite stuff, we couldn't have never been friends. Michael Elwood was running around saying he's a sodomite. He wanted to sleep with his mama. He wanted to do this and do that. But I brought the man into my world to get the story on Africa Bambaataa sleeping with young boys. And who told him? DJ K. Slay, this, that. I accomplished everything that I wanted to accomplish. And I protected myself by recording a good majority of our phone calls. Because I've never been ignorant enough to let myself be open to somebody doing something to me. Protect yourself. It used to be on songs and stuff. People say, protect yourself, because everybody needs protected. And if you don't remember to protect yourself, you won't protect yourself. Everybody need a reminder. Right? Let's go back to the scriptures. So, what was the men trying to do? Was they holding back money from the angels? What was they trying to do when they was trying to get in the house? They was trying to know the angels. How you think they were going to give them tea and coffee and stuff and have breakfast with them? Or they was going to rape them and take their anus? So, 29, and it came to pass when God destroyed the city and the plain, that God remembered Abraham and sent Lot out of the midst of the overthrow, when he overthrew the city in which Lot dwelt. And Lot went up out of, however you say that, and dwelled in the mountain, and his 2 daughters with him. For he feared to dwell in that place, and he dwelt in the cave, he and his 2 daughters. And the firstborn said unto the youngest, Our father is old, and there is not a man in the earth to come in unto us after the manner of all the earth. So what they telling y'all is that anything in another manner is deviousness. If we all sitting around and we do one thing after another, or we wear our shoes one way and somebody wearing their shoes different, that's the devil. That's different. We're going to have a problem with it. We probably kill you, hang you, and do some terrible stuff to you because you wearing your shoes the wrong way. And you better put them shoes on right. If we all banging our hats to the right, you better not bang it to the left. And if we banging them to the left, you better not bang them to the right, because you showing that you're the opposite of us. In the gangbang world and everything else, it's not allowed. In humankind, it's not allowed. If all of us sleeping with women and you start sleeping with a man, it's going to be a problem. When we find out you and old boy sleeping together, it's going to be some death. That's how humans react to somebody that do the opposite of them. That's why I never trust a Hebrew Israelite to go up in a Hebrew Israelite camp. You know why? Because I speak against Hebrew Israelites. I know they wicked. I know I don't agree with them, and they don't agree with me. We have no business meeting up together and fraternizing with each other. Same way I cut off the Christian church. Now I'm not going up in there no more. Because if I go up in there, knowing what I know, I gotta speak out. And if I speak out, they don't want to kill me. I already know that. You gotta separate from this stuff. Any wickedness, no respect to person. Mama, y'all eating that pig and stuff, y'all go ahead and eat that. I'm finna go over here. I'm finna leave. I don't even want to be around y'all. Because after y'all consume that pig and stuff, you want to hug me, kiss on me, and put your hands and stuff. You foul, you unclean because you've been eating pig. Now, I've never been that type of person. Because I'm the type of person that, once again, understands. I understand why the Lord said, put your wife out when she on a monthly. But you and your wife is one. If she unclean, truly, what are you? You unclean too. But the Lord told you put her out. So the physical contact and the uncleanliness wouldn't be there. That's why he said, in all your getting, get understanding. Things are simple to understand when you got comprehension. Well, we're going to move on, people. We're going to get out of. We're going to go now to Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 23, and we're going to start at like 17. We'll start at 16. He shall dwell with thee, even amongst you, in that place which he shall choose, in one of thy gates, where it is likened him best. Thou shalt not oppress him. Then shall be no whores of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. See, even the Hebrew Israelites would have eventually taken out sodomite doctrine. They'd have told him, go in there to that little girl. Because he done told stories how it was a beautiful young girl on the compound and how he wanted her and everything. You think he took chances with it? You think he went in unto her and all of that? You think going in under children and stuff, something new to that dude allegedly? No. He didn't have thoughts of his mother, this. Hey, ain't no telling what sodomite doctrine would do. He won't sue me though. He won't come over here and be like, you done slandered me in this. Because I got the video where he's talking about it. It was a beautiful girl in her hair and her body. And oh, you lusted after that young girl. See? Oh boy, I'm telling you, boy, I'm the devil. When I want to be, we're gonna keep going. Thou should not bring the hair of a whore or the price of a dog. You know what a dog is? Like I told you, dogs lick on each other. A male dog will lick on a male dog. A female dog will lick on a female dog. And what do you think them sodomites are? Into the house of the Lord thy God for any vow. For even both, these are abominations to the Lord. I ain't calling them no abomination. Thus said the Lord, as he had Moses right. That's why when y'all like that Ebonic stuff, when you say, what's up, my dog? You don't even know what they telling you or saying or suggesting to you. That's why you be walking around with your pants hanging, showing your butt off to your home. Your butt cracked out and everything else. Y'all Hellenized. Y'all don't even know that y'all doing Greek stuff. Khalil Money, he's a Greek too. The Greeks was very, as Fred Sanford say, shake your hand. They was there too. The Hamites and the Greeks, all the same. They love to play with anuses. But let's skip. We're going to go to Revelations 22 where they talk about dogs and stuff again, so y'all can understand when it's talking about dogs, what it's saying. See, I see young boys and I see what's going on. The old men's turn them into dogs. Sodomites. All the Bloods. Whack 100 and Khalil Money said, hey, ain't nothing wrong with making them sodomites. Digital Pit Boss ain't said nothing against it. So we're going to skip down to 12. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give to every man according to his work shall be. I am the beginning, the end. I'm Alpha and Omega, whatever Greek letters y'all want to deal with. The beginning and the end, the first and the last. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they might have right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates into the city. For without are dogs. You know who the dogs are, what it just said, right? No whores, no dogs, and sorcerers, and whoremongers, and murderers, and idolaters, and whosoever that love to make a lie. So if you done had 4 wives, you're a whoremonger. You left your first wife because Yahweh took her and had him gargling his oysters. She was hoeing and gargling his oysters, kissing you all in the mouth, tonguing you, putting them same lips that was on that man oysters in your mouth. That's why he said, I love somebody to go down on me. And I love going down on somebody because he didn't mind gargling Yahweh ben Yahweh's if he had to. He's proud of sodomite living. He's proud of it. I'm proud of you. So, let's see. I think I'm going to get up out the Bible. I got some things that I want to show. I ain't going to show them. I'm going to let the computer read them. Let the computer read them. So let's see. The computer reads some.
Homosexual behavior is not new. It has been around for thousands of years, and virtually every society has had to come to terms with it. Is it bad? Is it good? Or is it just another way of expressing human affection? Should society ban homosexuality? Or should it be welcomed? Do governments have the right to legislate on the sexual behavior of consenting adults? Or is homosexuality a private matter which shouldn't concern the church, the government, or even God? Popular opinion about homosexuality is very difficult to assess. Try out this question on a few people to see what I mean. Would you share a house with a professed homosexual? Many would be insulted by the question. Others wouldn't. The answers, nonetheless, would give you some idea about public opinion on this sensitive moral issue.
Sensitive moral issue. If you sleeping with the same sex, it's a moral issue. It's no different than sleeping with animals. We know white people done did it. We know black people done did it too. We ain't too far from the white man. Whatever he do, we probably taught him, because remember, we're the fathers and the mothers of everything on the earth.
Believers, these are the people who believe that God exists. Unbelievers, these are the people who do not believe that God exists. They are atheists.
They're atheists. And they allow them to do anything with their bodies. They bound to share their male bodies with their male friends and their female body with their female friends. You get drunk with them, they're going to see your nakedness, and it ain't going to be your wife. It's going to be your nakedness, literally your nakedness.
There are, of course, those who don't know, agnostics. They fluctuate between belief and unbelief. Anyway, for the time being, we will proceed with just two groups, believers and unbelievers. Again, I must stress that both belief and unbelief have absolutely no effect on God's existence or non-existence. Nothing we can think, say, or do will alter either condition, whatever it be. Having got that fact established, let us now get to grips with this subject on homosexuality. You may, however, want to first examine the reasons why I believe God exists.
1 second, people. And after this, I think I'm going to be...
This article's arguments and conclusions, though Bible-based, are not meant as an attack on any individual or group of individuals, be they believers or unbelievers. Instead, its aim is to inform everyone of how the Almighty God of the Bible, the one known as Jehovah, the God of Israel, reacts to the practice of homosexuality.
And that's it. No more need to be done. I believe it was a good show, a good article. And it proves that they were sodomizing people. Anal sex down in sodomy. And it shows you right there with Lot, the two angels that was in this house, and what they was trying to do to the two angels. Get them out that house and know them. They told them, Lot, you in the way, we gonna bring you out here and do you worse. We might get your anal, your mouth, your nose, your eyes, every hole that you got, we may penetrate it. And with that, I'm gonna have a peaceful good night. Hit the notification bell for the next show.